My name is Gina Views. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and right now we're working on the Global Music Festival. Pretty much, I just want to be legendary as Free, AJ, Angie Martinez, Big Boy. I want to be that stamp in Los Angeles for my generation, as far as media and hip hop goes. Well, I've always had like a love for music. I wouldn't say I'm just was like ever this super hip hop fanatic or anything like that. But at an early age, my big sister and my dad did introduce me to a lot of West Coast music, and I also was introduced to Lil Wayne like during high school, and I found a love for metaphors and stuff like that. Like what Lil Wayne would do. My favorite mixtape was the No Ceilings mixtape, and slowly Lil Wayne and Fabulous became my favorite rappers, doing what they do on other people's beats. So I became very interested in hearing the way that artists sound on sampled records, as well as just recycling instrumentals and stuff like that. And always wanted to host 106 in Park. I was a kid that was running home from school to catch Free and AJ, or even Roxy or Terrence, because they were my generation's host 106 in Park. And I just wanted to catch those Freestyle Fridays. I wanted to see who was the newest artist that they would be, interviewing, who got projects coming out and stuff like that. But as you guys know, 106 in Park was our era of media to go to get the latest and the greatest in the music industry. And I don't know, as a kid, when kids say, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, or I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a teacher, I want to be an astronaut, I always said, I want to host 106 in Park. That's what I'm going to do. And of course, in I want to say 2015, 106 in Park ended. And that was when I was becoming of the age where I could, be a host. And shit, I didn't have nothing to host. It was nothing was going on. It was all the shows was off. TRL was off. Of course, Rap City had been ended. And then 106 in Park ended. And, we believe that those outlets were the only outlets that we could, that I could work on pretty much. So I had to utilize my resources and say, hey, I got access to cameras and cell phones and laptops and editing software. Like, I can do this shit on my own. And at a point, I was actually talking to somebody, and they kind of brought to my attention that you have access to all these guys and all these artists that do music in the city. Why you just won't interview them? I'm like, oh my God, that's freaking brilliant. I can do this shit on my own. Like, I don't need a large network. Like, I can lay out the blueprint of what I want. And that's what I did. And I started doing ciphers. The ciphers happened by accident. Pretty much my vision for my brand, which is called G Expo TV, it stands for Gina Exposure. It was for me to just strictly do an interview. And then after the interview, the artist would freestyle, and that would be it. But like I said, I like to hear the way rappers ride on other people's beats. And what I called the first episode of the Cypher was actually like a reunion, the way that, the reality shows do it. I wanted to do a reunion and get everybody back one last time on one track. And I actually had 7 artists perform on Outkast AT-Aliens on 120th and Normandy on top of the train tracks with with 2 cameras, and it's just been up ever since. And that followed by me doing more interviews and more ciphers and stuff like that, and I became the cipher girl in Los Angeles. And everybody just felt like we didn't really have any platforms for up and coming artists. Now we see all these platforms and stuff. Everybody want to be the first to discover talent and stuff like that. But it was at a point where we did not have any platforms for up and coming people. The only time, you can get an interview with maybe like a lower level media, platform was if you were almost about to be signed, or you was just now getting at the label and it was time, to do interviews and press like that. But it was no platform for the nigga that's recording songs in his living room in a single, like it was no platforms or anything like that for those people, those struggling rappers. And no disrespect to anybody, but about, calling them struggling rappers, because I look at myself as a struggling rapper. We all struggling artists at the end of the day. But yeah, and shoot, from there, that's how it took off. That's how G Expo TV took off, and Gina in LA took off. I knew I had something when I dropped the first episode of G Expo TV. I interviewed Steviana. And pretty much, like I said, we did the interview and we did the freestyle afterwards, and I dropped it. And I had never gotten shown so much love. I interviewed Steviana in my best friend's mother's living room. And I had this backdrop that me and my friend Gina, Carmen, Lizzie, and Kanae, they helped me create this backdrop by hand. So what I did was I did printouts of all of my celebrities that I'm interested in, that I like, actors, rappers, singers, and stuff like that. But I printed out pictures of them in their prime. And I had a backdrop probably from that end of the wall to that end of from that end of the wall to that end of the wall. And it was a collage, basically. If I can describe, I couldn't describe it any perfectly. It was just a collage. I used to scrapbook when I was a kid, so that was something I was like really interested in. We literally glued each picture to the next picture, to the next picture, to the next picture. The background was hella janky. It was falling apart all the time. I was ironing it and gluing it all the time, but we set that backdrop up in my best friend's mom's living room. And Steviana came over and we did an interview, and then she rapped afterwards. When Steviana rapped and I posted it, I got shown so much love. Like, so many people was posting it, reposting it, and things like that. Like, and I didn't even know that I had that ability or even, influence to even get that many people to watch my show. And that was it there. And then, like I said, we ended up doing the ciphers, and then the cipher got shown even more love because it was like all the, 7 upcoming rappers, they posting it, they friends posting it, they family posting it, people that fuck with me are posting it. And everybody was just, like I said before, was so into it because of the simple fact that it was nobody out here in Los Angeles that was doing what I was doing. And I knew that I had something special also when I took a break. And people was asking for it. People kept asking, like, what's up with the ciphers? What's going on with the ciphers? But shit, it was getting expensive because I was paying for everything out of pocket. I was a full-time student. I had a full-time job. And, like I said, it was getting expensive. So I had to kind of take a break. But people was tapping in, wanting to know where is that. And that was in 2014. We in 2021 now. 2022, I just want to continue to elevate. This year was a really big year for me. I do have a show on No Jumper now called Matt Lately. We go on every Monday. No Jumper was one of the platforms that I had been wanting to be on, wanting to be a part of. I wanted to work with Adam 22 so freaking bad. And he has a love for upcoming artists as well. So, it kind of goes, hand in hand with what I do. And yeah, I got that, and then we just did the Global Music Festival. Is airing on Revolt TV. I've been speaking Revolt TV into existence for me to have a work relationship with either Diddy or Revolt in general, and it's just something that I just that I wanted to do. So I don't know, at this point, I feel like I've manifested so much shit this year that whatever the hell I say, if I say if I say I'm going to be the president next year, I think it's going to happen. So I don't know. Next year, I just want to continue to, elevate, motivate everybody around me, and just get it done. You can find me on all social platforms, Gina Views. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Gina Views.